Hello, and thank you for stopping by. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when new videos arrive. I promised myself I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to hop on the bandwagon, but this is just too good to be true. It's right up in the middle of the alley that I usually hang out at. Now, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I can find a conspiracy in almost everything. But then again, I don't allow myself to get so caught up in the emotion of the moment that I'm unable to pay attention to what's going on. And sometimes when you understand what's going on, it makes it easier to deal with what you're dealing with or what you're going through. Now, the reason I've said all this is because Mike Lindell, the guy from My Pillow, pulled a Donald Trump, and it's backfiring. It backfired on Donald Trump, but no matter who I tell this to, they just cannot seem to understand how it could be possible, how it could happen. Well, remember when 2016 came around and it was the election time and people were out campaigning and debating? Donald Trump threw his hat into the ring. And he did so not because he wanted to be president. He did it to boost the ratings on his TV show. But it backfired because he ended up becoming president. Donald Trump thought that he would be in it for just maybe a month or two. He would shake things up a little bit, talk about some stuff, get the candidates motivated and get them moving. And then he would drop out and go back to his TV show, Celebrity Apprentice. At the time he got into the race, Donald Trump's ratings for his TV show had went down. He wanted to bring them up, and he thought getting into the debates would be the quickest way to do it. But it didn't work. It backfired. Donald Trump became the president of the United States. Now, what has that got to do with Mike Lindell? Okay, I will tell you. Mike Lindell owns My Pillow, and his stock had went down. He wasn't selling as much, and he needed to do something drastically to get his revenue to go up. So what does he do? He hops on the bandwagon and he starts siding with Donald Trump, hoping that he can boost his sales through all of the people that are Donald Trump supporters. Now, I'm going to read you something that I got from a website called Business Insider, and it explains it better than I can, so please bear with me when I do this. Smartmatic hits Mike Lindell with defamation lawsuit, saying he is crazy like a fox, and alleging he intentionally stoked the fires of xenophobia and party divide for the noble purpose of selling his pillows. Now, see, I'm not the only one that's come to that conclusion, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other people out there that believe the same thing. My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell is facing yet another lawsuit. The voting machine company Smartmatic filed a defamation lawsuit against the Pillow CEO, alleging that he pushed conspiracy theories to sell his pillows. The voting machine Smartmatic filed a defamation lawsuit against the My Pillow CEO Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell knows exactly what he is doing, and it is dangerous, Smartmatic said. Smartmatic argues Lindell is pushing his conspiracy theories to sell more pillows. Well, sometimes you don't think things through, and when you get done, it blows up in your face. The voting machine company Smartmatic filed a lawsuit against MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, alleging that he spread conspiracy theories about the 2020 election to sell his pillows. Crazy like a fox? Mike Lindell knows exactly what he's doing, and it's dangerous. Smartmatic said in his lawsuit against MyPillow as one of the defendants, which includes MyPillow as one of its defendants. Smartmatic's lawsuit alleges defamation and deceptive trade practices. The company is asking for an unspecified amount of monetary compensation for Lindell to retract claims he made about Smartmatic and other voting machine companies in connection with the 2020 U.S. election. Now, I don't believe Mike Lindell will be able to come out and say that he made this up or even that he was wrong, that he made a mistake, because he's in it too far. Like when you tell a lie and you get caught in the lie, you know you've been caught, but for some odd reason, you will defend that lie to the death. Even though you know that the other person knows that you're lying, you will defend it, trying to make them believe that you're not lying. He knows the voting machines did not switch votes from former President Trump to now President Biden. These facts do not matter to Mr. Lindell because he knows he can sell. He knows he can sell a preconceived story about voting machines stealing democracy by stealing votes from a president who is incredibly popular with millions of people. And of course, Mr. Lindell, the MyPillow guy, knows he needs to sell pillows to keep increase in his fortune, or to keep his fortune increased. Now, if you can't get people to buy your pillows, and even the Better Business Bureau has taken him off, and the AAA rating or whatever it is that they do, because he's constantly giving a sale. Buy one, get one free. You buy a pillow for $100. $100. And you get the second pillow for free. So basically, you're paying $50 per pillow. Now, if the Better Business Bureau will not certify him, what makes Mr. Lindell think that other people are going to certify him? In its filing, the company further alleged that Lindell was taking advantage of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make money by pushing baseless voter fraud claims, which means that this is a small window of opportunity, a very, very tiny window of opportunity, and Mr. Lindell is using that to his advantage, or he's trying to use that to his advantage. Mr. Lindell intentionally stoked the fires of xenophobia, party divide, for the noble purpose of selling his pillows, adding that MyPillow branding was placed conveniently and strategically during Lindell's media appearances, which means that whenever he would do a media appearance, his MyPillow signature would be placed in there somehow. Subliminal placement. Mr. Lindell's message was as dangerous as it is factually inaccurate. When reached for comment Tuesday night, Lindell told Insider he was excited about the Smartmatic lawsuit because it would allow him to present evidence that he says he has on the company of Smartmatic. Now, he claims he's got evidence. Now, this is just like Sidney Powell. She claimed that she had evidence that there was voter fraud, and she claimed this and she claimed that. But it's almost like when you offer, like you tell somebody, oh, go ahead, check the books, I don't care, hoping that they won't check your books, because just offering it up to them should be good enough to make them not want to check it. And then whenever they say, okay, give me your books, I'll take a look at your books and see if they jive with the official numbers. Then it's like a oh shit moment. Oh my God. Why did that happen? Why did I do that? But you're still kind of hoping that they won't check your books. Well, Lindell says he's got all this information. He's got all this proof. He ain't got no proof, and he's hoping that he doesn't have to show it. When the shit hits the fan and it's time for him to produce his evidence, he's going to have to come up with one really, really incredible story like, I did the report and I had it, but on the way to school, my neighbor's dog ate it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like that's really going to work. They're guilty, Lindell said. They're attacking us, and we're part of the biggest crime in history against our country. They're attacking us, and they were the biggest crime. They were part of the biggest crime against our country, and they're going to all go to prison, Lindell told Insider when asked for comment about Smartmatic's lawsuit against them. The reason I'm going after Smartmatic and Dominion is because they helped commit one of the biggest crimes against the American people, and my grandchildren deserve a future in this country. Well, if his grandchildren deserve a future in this country, then Mike Lindell should not be telling tales out of school. He also continued by saying, it's kind of hilarious when I've lost over 80 million from the box stores, retailers, and shopping channels dropping me, and I poured over 30 million into an election crimes. I poured over 30 million into this election crimes that these guys committed and Smartmatic helped commit. Also, I was selling pillows long before the election. Yeah, you were, but your pillow sales decided to take a nosedive, and you assumed that people would go to your website and buy your pillow to help you out because you're trying to help Donald Trump out, and that is their favorite. Lindell previously told Insider he had spent more than $25 million on voter fraud claims, adding that the breakdown included $10 million that he said he spent building Frank Speech, a platform for which he broadcasts nightly. Which basically it's like, let's be frank about this. The lawsuit is the latest in a string of legal troubles for the My Pillow CEO. He is also facing a lawsuit from Dominion Voting Systems. The company filed a defamation suit against Lindell for $1.3 billion. My Pillow is countersuing Dominion for $1.6 billion. Well, there you go. Be careful of what you start because you might just have to finish. What do you think? Have you ever had a My Pillow? Have you tried it? Do you like it? I think it's too good to be true. Just like all these baseless claims of voter fraud proof and election fraud proof, I think those are too good to be true. Now, if in fact there really was election fraud going on, I mean widespread. Now, in every election, there's a little voter fraud that goes on. I know that. Everybody, well, not everybody, but there's some people that vote twice. They say they're voting for their aunt who's been passed away for 20 years because they want their favorite guy to win. I get it. I do. But as far as major elections being happening, the last time I actually think that an election fraud happened was back when Kennedy became elected. The mob helped him get elected. At least that's what they think. There's no proof of that, but there's a lot of evidence going in that direction. But there's always a little fraud that happens. There's always going to be a little bit of votes that were cast that shouldn't have been cast, but it wasn't enough to really tip the scales. Now, when you talk about voter fraud and election tampering, I would take you back to 2000 when Al Gore won the election and they gave it to George W. Bush. They never expected Al Gore to win. They expected him to lose because of the Clinton fiasco that happened a short few months before that. They never thought for a minute that Al Gore would get enough elections to win, to get enough votes to win. And when it looked like he was going to win, Florida stepped in and helped George W. Bush become elected. The court gave that election to George W. Bush. Unlike Donald Trump, Al Gore tried for a month or two to fight the election overturned, but then he said, nope, this is what the court said, and he gave it to George W. Bush. Sometimes that happens, but major tampering by people that are holding the elections, no, I don't see that happening. I could be wrong, but I don't see it happening. Now, if you have something to put in the middle of this, down there in the comments below, if you have an idea about what happened, whether you're for Trump or against Trump, for Biden, against Biden, you think the election was rigged, you don't think it was rigged, put a comment down there and then we'll discuss it. I'm open to all ideas. If you want to give my video a thumbs up, please do so. If you want to hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified when new videos arrive. If you have a hard time paying attention to my videos, I usually write down in the description, I write my thoughts and views that I can't convey as much in my videos. So if you just want to read that, that's fine. If you want to watch my video, please do so. It helps me stay afloat. Remember, make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best you can today.